Welcome back. Let's bow in. Kyosuke. Right. Onegaishimasu. Hajimemashite. Let us begin. Alright, so today we have some Marc-Antoine Barrois fragrances. We have 3 of them, and we'll name them now. So the first one's B683, the Eau de Parfum version. Ensalade, Eau de Parfum version. And then we have Ganymede, which is an extrait version. So we'll be exploring 3 different ones. I've put them to skin, worn them, since Grant has not. So we'll get his first thoughts, and I have my thoughts on them. And I'll hopefully share this experience with Sensei Grant. So let us begin.
All right, which one first?
We're going to start with the B683. So
All right.
this one right off the bat, it's a nice orangey amber color.
Has some orange juice in it. Wonder if the smell reflects that. Ooh. All right.
Yeah, so I'll tell you my thoughts on comparing all 3 at the end, but this is what I get from this one. So it's an Eau de Parfum. At first smell for me, I get mixes of woods and spices, almost like a Tom Ford Oud Wood mixed in there. Maybe some sort of floral note on top, but it seems very likable and classic to me. So that's what, at first spray, that's what I got.
That's funny because I get like leather.
Yeah?
I get a lot of leather, like a saffron-y note, right? So kind of a well-worn, but also extra thick kind of leather. It's classy, right? It's brightened up some, but I would say it's very masculine.
So yeah, I think I smelled the leather a little after. I don't know why it smelled like oud wood to me. It had that woody Tom Ford smell, but now that you say leather, I'm getting leather.
It's aromatic, right? It kind of projects very nicely.
It is a likable fragrance though.
I almost get some vetiver. There's like a little bit of inkiness to it. It's not a dark fragrance, but it's got some dark smells in there.
Yeah, yup. I don't know if that's like the illusion of the orange juice in there, but like it smells colorful and dense. But
I like it.
So here's what happened after. I said when it dries down to these subtle woods notes, or this subtle wood smell with a hint of that spice on the end. To me, I got a lot of spice after these woods kind of dried down to me.
What kind of spices did you get? Did you get like
Almost
baking
like that.
spices or like food spices?
Whatever's in that the Montel, the one you gave me, woods and spices, whatever spices in that fragrance,
Okay.
That's what I was getting. So I don't know if it was
Like a cinnamony nutmeg? I don't get any cinnamon yet.
but I think whatever it was played off that leather note. I'm not too sure. It was just spicy to me.
Yeah.
I
I like it.
I need to freshen up on my spice notes, but at the end, however, I had that like, I don't know, like the oud for greatness, oud twang in there, like some sort of twanginess, maybe raisin and plum coming out on the end to me too. This sweet like plum note or like a raisin came through like when it died down, that like subtle sweetness. So that's my note breakdown for that. So, and again, that was on skin when I wore it all day. like when it dried down to like hours in. Well, this one lasts a while. I'd say like good 5, 6, 7 hours. But towards that 6 hour, I got that sweet, like plum raisin smell, which is really cool. But you have to go through the journey of all the other woods and spices and leathers to get there. But
Yeah, the leatheriness is backing down a little bit. It's almost turning into a suede, right? It went from being like blackish leather to like tan suede to me. And I'm getting a little more breathing in it. There's a little bit more life in it now. Maybe some florals, right? But definitely some spices.
yeah.
It's
What
got-
kind of spices do you get? Like you said, is it a cooking fragrance? Not a cooking fragrance, a cooking spice, or is it? You know what I'm saying? There is spiciness to it.
It's almost like a nutmeg. Nutmeg in here, maybe some other cloves. It's one of those things where it can go either way. It's like you can either put it on a ham or you could put it in an apple pie. And it could be sweet or savory. It kind of balances that line right there.
I enjoy that. I
Yeah.
enjoy it though.
Well, that's B683. Why don't we check out the next one? Let's see what happens.
Ensalade or ensalade. This is an eau de parfum as well. We'll get that one on paper. This is the extract. So, ensalade. We have the samples. Nice white, clear color. So,
All right. You got it.
you want to?
I'll spray.
So, ensalade.
I'll spray myself and not the test strip. There we go.
Right off the get go. This is what I smelled off the get go.
Whoa, baby, yeah.
This is what I got.
Baby, I like it.
Almost like a lime and alcohol, almost like a margarita to me. I don't know why. I got like a margarita, lime and alcohol smell. That's what I got off the get go. I could be wrong, but that's what came to me.
It is green.
It is super green.
It is amazingly green. I like it.
Do you?
It's so green. It's so audacious, right? This is, to me, like, I get minerally flinty rocks, right?
Do you want to put that one on skin? Or-
No.
No. When I put it on skin, I got margarita. That alcohol, green,
Margarita.
lime, and salty. That salty minerally.
There's salt. Yeah, it is.
That's why I was
salty.
saying like that mineral green salt.
It's like a salty jungle.
It's weird.
You've been dropped in the middle of a salty jungle and you have to fight your way out.
I'm just gonna keep saying margarita because if you like the smell of
I
that,
don't. You know what? Now that you say, I don't get a margarita smell yet,
like.
but I do get like.
The
I do get a tequila.
Yeah.
Yes, I do get a tequila smell in here, like when you open the bottle of
Yeah.
tequila
That's what
and you're
I'm saying.
like,
It's not
oh,
a
it's gonna
fruity.
be a bad night.
It's not a fruity margarita.
No.
It's like the alcohol, the salt, the lime, greens, maybe some of the little green flakes they put on top. I don't know.
Tell me more about this. I'm enjoying that very much.
So there's woods in here. There's that rhubarb smell, whatever the rhubarb smell. That rhubarb note everyone says is the main note. I said maybe some chili in there. There's a sweet and sour, spicy, fruity fragrance. I don't really get fruity, but I do get that sweet and sour, I guess, rhubarb smell when you put it on the skin. I've never smelled rhubarb in a fragrance, so this is my first attempt at that. But
I do get the chili. I get the nose feel of chili. And let's talk. Can we talk for a minute about notes in perfumery?
let's do it.
So this is French perfumery, right?
Mhm.
You have Quentin Bisch making a fragrance for Marc-Antoine Barrois, the fashion designer. And we just entered a deep, dark jungle
Mhm.
of salt and tequila in this fragrance. And I don't smell any rhubarb. Maybe it'll come out. I don't know what rhubarb smells like.
Me, yeah.
And I think that kind of ruins perfumery for me sometimes. Like if I were to sit here all night and go, Christian, I'm not going to be satisfied with this fragrance or myself unless I detect a hint of rhubarb. We'll be here into the wee hours and
Yes.
I'll still be upset. But
I agree.
But I think I can get into like the emotion, like the excitement of this fragrance. Like you spray this on, and my reaction was whoa.
Yeah. It wasn't whoa rhubarb. It was whoa.
It was
green.
It was
and-
excitement.
Yeah, the feeling.
It was excitement, and I think that the association with tequila and partying, there's a ghost in here, kind of comes with that, right? Like this is like amped up energy. This is excitement. It's green, but it's not fresh.
I agree. I'm with you on that. I think, to me, fragrances, at least the point I'm at right now, is that feeling, the story it gives you, when to wear it, like what situation you'd wear it in, or what it makes you think of. So, yeah, I'm not huge into the notes either, and I'm not really keen on getting, figuring out what notes are in it. And if you told me notes, like I guess I could. It just changes your perspective to the notes. It changes the focus on the note rather than what the perfume does for you or the experience you get by wearing it or smelling it. So, yeah, I don't. Again, with this one, I don't really know rhubarb like that or experience that. What I got was almost like a party, a green party.
This is an emotional fragrance.
Yeah.
Like I think anybody who smells this will have a reaction to it, positive or potentially negative.
It evokes that emotion.
Yeah, I mean this is bold.
It is. Actually, what I was going to tell you is that this was my least favorite out of the three.
Okay,
It
I
was
can
my
see
least
that.
favorite. When I put it on skin, it was like abrupt and it was loud in your face. That salty, minerally. I don't know. I just that with the alcohol smell to me was like okay. That's why I keep saying margarita because it was like salt and alcohol and lime or chili, and that was just too much for me to wear, and it was like really pungent. But after a while, it grew on me a little bit. I mean, off the initial spray, I wasn't a fan. Like I was of like the B683. I enjoyed that the whole way. So again, maybe I just have to give it more smells, more tests. But out of the three, that was probably my least favorite. But
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Synthetic Jungle, which I think came out after this, maybe. I'm not quite straight on the years, but they're completely different. But right now I'm getting something that is reminiscent of that kind of bell peppery, black currant. Like I know what those notes smell like, kind of thing. So it's softening up. Right, the rocks, the salt is dissolving, or you've had a few sips of the margarita, and there's a little less salt around the rim. It's getting a little creamier,
it is.
and I like it for that now. Like it's already telling us a story,
You're right.
and that doesn't mean you have to change your opinion on it at all. But to me, when something opens up like that's that audacious.
And I can.
There's no way it can stay that audacious unless it's just like a loud fragrance. But I see this as being something that I would love to wear
that can literally grow on you and
Yeah,
change
exactly.
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going and doing something, and that's fun, and you wear that to a party. All right. Well, we've smelled B683. We've smelled ensalada, not ensalada, and which
Although
it does.
reminds you.
It does kind of smell like ensalada. All right. So let's check out Ganymede. We have the extrait here. We don't have the eau de parfum.
A little bit more of a yellow hue to it.
So, I'm curious to see what this is going to be after smelling those.
On this
two.
one, you tell me your first
All
impression,
right, one spray.
and I'll tell you mine.
Another one. I like the wow, Quentin Bisch, Marc. The openings on these are just. These are fragrances that you smell at the counter, and you're like, yes or no. These are very quick sells. These are quick sells,
Or quick denies.
or quick, like they're moving on to go smell Sauvage. This is really, again, I'm getting something leathery. Like that's what's in my mind, but it's super spicy once again. Tell me what your experience is.
Let me
I just
see.
want to smell it. I like. Again, I
Okay.
can't pick out
All right,
anything particular.
You're gonna laugh at me. What I smelled first was like a good suntan lotion.
Really?
Yes. Like one of those in the brown bottle, the
Okay.
tanning lotion. Wow. I don't know why.
No, hold on. You've just put a complete image in my head, and now
When I put it on skin, it was like a
it
suntan.
totally has that.
I didn't want to affect you
coconutty
like that.
nose feel.
I
No,
didn't want
that's
to affect you like that.
that's the beauty of it. Yeah, it doesn't smell like coconuts, obviously, but
But it's got that impression with
It
the
has that
leather, like you're
nose
going
feel.
to tan and like I don't know. That's what I wrote down. First impression, suntan lotion.
Okay.
All right, but then after a few seconds, soft, fruity, spicy, clean, maybe oudy. I don't know why I keep saying oud. I like Tom Ford's Oud Wood, so that's like a reference. Maybe it's the woods or the oud in there, but that fruity, spicy to me.
It's got some twang.
But
in
then,
it. Yeah.
But then, suede. I got a lot of suede when it dried down. Dry leather, suede. Maybe a woody smell to it. That was later on. And I have a couple more notes, but I don't want to. You want me to just say them all, or
Oh, you can say the notes. I'm
not
just
the notes? My notes on what I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me your story.
Okay, so let's go back to the top. So, right off the initial rip, I will say suntan lotion, then soft, fruity, spicy, clean. Then I got suedes coming in, dry leather, maybe wood smell after that. I said it mainly stays this dry leather, oud combo, maybe a hint of sweet metallic later on. After that, I said, because I wore these for hours, it turned into this brand new house smell to me, where
Yeah.
it was a brand new house, brand new wood floors, everything's plastic wrapped in leather. The leather furniture is plastic wrapped. This plasticky,
Yes.
fresh new house smell. And then my final takeaway was, to me, in the end, the overall experience was like a glossy magazine. So it smelled like that fresh paper, that leathery wood, fresh paper with a glossy magazine. Everyone knows those magazines that are glossy, that smell when you're opening it, almost like this sweet paper, but fresh magazine. I don't know.
I'm right there with you. I'm glad you said the new house, because this is one of those fragrances that the closer you get to it, the more you can see the pixels, right? It's like standing up really close and looking at the brush strokes. Like, so a casual sniff, you're like, oh, okay, that's a nice homogeneous fragrance. But I get almost like soapy aldehyde. So it's soapy, bordering on chemical. right? That's that new house smell they've been in. You've had the rug shampooed. The couch wrapped up is kind of a funny image, but I totally get it. It's a leather couch that's wrapped in new plastic. But at the same time, I think that this would dress up really well.
Yeah, it would.
If you were out casual, like going to Sunday brunch, this might be a little confusing.
I do get more dressed down or dress up.
Yeah.
You know, like a suit and tie or something so much more formal.
It's a beautiful, clean, dirty fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, I know that man is taking a bath, but he smells as if he's just wrestled a jaguar. Something like that.
Do you get magazine, that glossy
Absolutely.
paper?
100%.
Right,
I can feel it. I can
exactly-
feel it. Like, it has that texture.
Okay, because I thought that's what I got. Like, again, we talk about what it makes us feel like or what picture we see. I see a new house, maybe flipping through a magazine in a waiting room, one of those glossy magazines, but in the most proper way.
Ooh, you could almost... Oh, I got a big hit of magazine. This is almost like
crazy.
This is...
I never thought you would say that. I got a big hit of magazine.
This is definitely opening... You're the first one to open up Golf Digest at your optometrist's office, and they just painted his office
right
down the hall.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But for some reason, it's a very comforting, excellent smell.
It's like you've been there before, too.
Yes.
It puts you back in a place, like, it could put everyone watching back in an individual place in your life where you can remember the smell.
It's a happy smell.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great. But I would say...
Yeah, let's run back through them now that they've dried down a bit. All right, this is B683 Eau de Parfum. Oh, baby. I like this even more now.
You're getting the plum, the raisin.
Some dried fruits. The spices are more... It's still aromatic to me, right? It's still got like... Yeah.
I think most people were saying plum. I didn't see anyone say raisin. That was more my feeling. I felt like it was more like a raisin than a plum, but I don't know. But that leather.
It's a little purple, it's a little leathery, but it's also fresh, right?
Mm-hmm. The reason I said this was my favorite is because it struck me as the one I would wear the most out of the three.
This is, I think, the most versatile of the three that we smelled here. This is wherever you're going, you put this on, you'll smell appropriate. I can see that being alluring, a little provocative even to other people. Like, even though these fragrances are not at super unattainable niche price points, and they're more in the designer realm, like a little up in designer, these are light years away from what you're going to buy at, most department stores. Yeah. Unless that department store is like Nordstrom and it sells this, right?
It's just a likable fragrance.
It is. All right, back to ensalada. Or ensalada, sorry.
Ensalada. Back to the salad.
I apologize. I love this. I love this. I like not thinking about what I'm smelling.
Do you like it more than the first?
If that makes sense. Oh. I think...
It's okay. We can have a battle.
I like this more than the first.
Your reaction was better than the first one, too.
This is daring and bold. It's a little peppery now, like black peppery.
You'd wear that?
A little leathery. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I'd rock
When
this.
would you wear that?
I would put on 40 sprays, come to the dojo, and just knock everybody out. When would I wear this? I would definitely probably spring, nice April, May, June weather.
Super peppery,
Yeah, I would wear that I would wear that all day.
That's challenging for me, I think.
But I think that this is definitely, if I were going somewhere where we were having a dinner and it was a big room and it was a social event, I would definitely wear this. I would dress this up if I had to do like a sit down dinner with like a shirt and tie.
No, it definitely is. It's nice.
Or the
It's
other
just
place I would wear this, I'm
challenging.
sorry,
No, you're good. You're good.
is like if I were going to a cigar bar. Right?
You'd wear that?
I would wear this because
it's
even though
different
it
than
was
the cigar?
smoky, it would still, I mean, even though the atmosphere would be smoky, this I think would cut through it in a way that, and smell better in a way that like citruses and
Okay.
musks wouldn't.
Because I would say that the other ones remind me more of the cigar bar
Oh,
because of the
sure.
leather and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But
sure.
you're taking it from the approach you want it to cut through and be different.
Yes.
This is polar opposite
Totally.
of cigar. Yeah.
100%.
Very cool.
and
Time
then,
and a place for it, right?
Absolutely.
Ganymede, or Ganymede. What is it? Ganymede.
Ganymede.
Yep.
This I like. I like this quite a bit. I get quite a lot of like saffron. It smells spicy. And I'm not getting a whole lot else. But I can see Ganymede and B683 being relatives, and Ensalad being like the next door neighbor that plays Judas Priest on volume 10 at midnight.
Which one do you like better, the B683 or that one?
Well, it's not fair, right? Because if there's a B683 extra, I want to smell that.
Or like a
This is
Ganymede?
fresh. You know what? I would like the B683 for the morning and like Ganymede at night, and then Ensalad
for lunch.
all day long, baby. It's so addictive. It's so amazingly addictive. Well, I would say excellent job
Well
to
done.
these. Any final thoughts?
He strikes me as a, I don't know if I should go there yet. Is he a sensei?
I would say this collection, what we have,
Is it-
definitely shows a lot of versatility and some daring. There's nothing safe about any of these fragrances, and there sure as heck isn't anything boring about them at all. I think they would all be solid pickups. You just might be more challenged, I think, by the Ensalade if you're not a green fragrance person.
I had an amazing time trying these and how they're so different. I was glad that I wasn't bored. You know, I was glad that everyone kept me on my toes. They were different. Even if I didn't like it at first sniff, it was just a good experience, and I'm grateful to try them out. Thanks, Marc-Antoine and the perfumer. What's the
Quentin Bisch.
Quentin Bisch. Yeah, thanks. That was a great experience for me. So,
Well, thank you for smelling them with me.
thank you, sir. Thank you,
And,
Sensei.
Let us bow out and
Bow out.
say, see you next time.
All right, Kyosuke. Right? Domo arigato
Arigato
gozaimasu.
gozaimasu.
Thank you, guys. Sayonara.